For many of us, the food we eat and cook from home can be conveniently found in a nearby grocery store. But beyond that, we may not know much else about where our food comes from. So today we're here to share about the potential of public foraging. Foraging, which is the act of gathering wild food for free, has been gaining popularity around the world in recent years. But our distant ancestors used to forage all the time as a way of life, a necessity in fact. Not only does urban foraging provide free, nutrient-rich food, it also allows for the collection of culturally appropriate food that may not be available at a mainstream grocery store, and it doesn't have to travel thousands of miles to get to your plate. The food is fresher and in many ways more nutritious and healthier.
So we will be sharing a few different plants that you will be able to begin foraging today. But first, here are a few guidelines you should follow when foraging. Number 1, don't taste test anything. Be 100% sure you can identify the plants before picking its fruit. Number 2, don't strip a whole plant bare. Just pick only what you need. The reason for this is you want the plant to continue to grow and regenerate. Number 3, be sure you're allowed to collect in the area you are foraging. Public land and parks are usually a safe bet for gathering, or have an owner's permission if you are gathering on private property. Number 4, give fruits a wash before consuming them. You don't know what animals may be walking the area, so it is best to wash and clean your food before you eat it. Number 5, most importantly, we must respect the area and plants from which you are foraging. You want to leave as little of a footprint possible without damaging or harming the plant.
On this island, there's 70,000 lemai trees. Most of them are wild, but they produce fruit, edible fruit. And again, it's already like consumer accepted. So I see breadfruit as having a wonderful future on Guam, especially if our imports are disrupted. There are basically two types of breadfruit on Guam. Lemai, associated with Chamorro culture. It's seedless, and the leaves have deep lobes between them. The second variety is called duk, and that's an endemic type of breadfruit. It's found nowhere else in the world, and it has seeds. But it's losing in popularity, and lemai is gaining. Take a fruit and cut it in half, and it's not always black and white. You can have intermediate stages between seedless and seedless where they might have one seed or two seeds. So this one is completely seedless, so for sure it's lemai. The very best place is the Ridge at Assen Beach Park. This is the unit of War in the Pacific National Historical Park. And the ridge there has about 500 breadfruit trees on it. They cover an area of 3 acres. And most importantly, it's perfectly all right to harvest fruit there for your own use, and many people do. So I recommend Assen Ridge for harvesting wild fruit.
Today, my name is Lorenzo. I'm going to be talking about the coconut, nizuk, the manha, and why they're important here on the island.
The coconut, to many islanders, is considered the tree of life. There's many uses for the tree, from its leaves to its fruit. Its leaves can be woven into thatched roofs for the houses, baskets, and so many more items. Its fruit, depending on its stage, has its different uses.
So this coconut right here is the young coconut. In Chamorro, we call this manha. There's many good reasons to use this coconut. The fibers of the young manha can actually can be used to make rope. The meat inside can be used to make ahu, manha tatitas, and so many other delicious things.
Papayas are abundant on Guam and common to find around homes and in neighborhoods. There are many different varieties on Guam and a lot of hybrids which are commonly found in the wild. They are not seasonal, so you can find trees bearing fruit all year round. Once planted, it doesn't take very long to bear fruit. Between 7 to 11 months is normal. The ripe papayas will have a yellowish or pink and orange color on the outside and red on the inside. To eat ripe papaya, just cut it in half lengthwise, scoop out all the seeds, and eat the flesh. A very popular way on Guam to eat papaya is by pickling the fruit before it ripens. The green papayas are also often used in soups and stews. We hope this video helps to reconnect our viewers with how food works and get us away from the notion that food is only found in a grocery store. We also hope it inspires people to deliberately create food forests, such as the one here at this park. Food is everywhere. It's really just a matter of taking the time to look around.